Good morning, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. It gives a little bit time for people to come in. If anybody's coming in, I recognize that it's a little early for some folks, but I appreciate anybody that uh, is able to join. So welcome. And if you're watching this later on, thank you. And I certainly hope that you get some good information out of this. I'm just putting the tweet out now. It says we are live. So let's see who comes and joins us. Excuse me. So, all right. Like I said, I'm going to give it a couple of minutes here. See if anybody pops in. If not, I'll just say what I have to say regarding Rack of the Day's 1 year anniversary. Pretty excited about it, I have to say. I'm hoping what I have planned will excite some people and get some engagement going on. But only time will tell. You're right, and we try these things and we hope for the best. And if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. That's fine. But I think it'll work. I really do. I think that it'll work. And I didn't know how Rack of the Day was going to go for the entire year, and it's clearly worked. And as you all saw the other day, hey, good morning, Kelly. Happy Wednesday. Welcome. Are you working today? Are you at home? What's the deal? What's for breakfast today? I haven't seen any breakfast pictures lately. You okay? Or is it too cold in Michigan? It's never too cold for breakfast. Kevin, good morning. Welcome. Glad you could make it. Hope things are well in your neck of the woods out there in Jersey. Excuse me. Still kind of got this sinus stuff going on right now. It's not cool. Not cool at all. I'll tell you. I don't think I've updated people because I really, whatever. I didn't care. I had a little cold. Yeah, I had a little cold before this massive sickness came on last week. And then I got my booster shot. And I tell you what, after I got my booster shot, it like catapulted whatever I had. And I really did think I was dying. And then now it's just kind of this lingering sinus thing. So, girl's picky in the cold, working on getting a heater for the garage. Man, I tell you what. So, I would, so obviously I live in Pennsylvania. It's not quite as cold in Pennsylvania as it gets in Michigan, I'm sure. But it can get cold. And I would definitely grill out in the wintertime. I have no issue with that. My wife, on the other hand, she's terrified of fires. She loves campfires, but she's terrified of fire for whatever reason. We don't know the reason behind it. And one day I did ask her if I could grill in the garage, and I got my head ripped off because she thought I was going to blow up the house. So that was not a good thing. But yeah, it's interesting. Grow year round. I mean, you got to grow year round. It's advertised as one of those summer things like, hey, it's summertime, let's go grow. No, like grill in the wintertime. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a grill. It's getting up to 400, 450 degrees, depending on what you're cooking. So it's going to keep you warm. God, that flat top, man. I knew other people that had a flat top. My buddy has one of those flat tops. And I remember when he first got it, he would send me pictures. He's doing hibachi. He's doing this, that, and the other thing. And then it stopped. Kelly, I commend you for every single day using it and using it wisely and letting the world know how great it is. I mean, you can't get any better, free advertising than that. I know somebody else on Twitter bought one. I can't remember who it was, but man, it's such a cool thing. And I showed my wife, and I don't know. I'd like to get one. I don't think it's going to happen. Um, Maybe next year. Who knows? So, gentlemen, I don't want to keep you two. You're the only guys in here. It looks like I haven't seen anyone else pop in. So, you two have obviously been highly involved in Rack of the Day this year, and you both are going to be highly involved in 2022. So, thank you, both Kelly and Kevin, that are in here. and everybody, I cannot express my gratitude enough to this hobby. Um, Last week on the Tom show, Che was on there, Ian Sports Cards One, and he had mentioned that the hobby like saved his life, and it got me thinking. And I've said it over and over, throughout the year, the last year and a half or so, that this hobby really brought something out in me that was dormant, and I was trying to figure out why. It was because of the pandemic. I was stuck at home, like so many of us, and sick of Zoom calls, sick of this, sick of that, and I couldn't meet with people. Big part of my job is meeting with people in person. So when I wasn't allowed to do that, um, I got back into this. I stumbled upon it haphazardly and just fell feet first and head over heels. Um, and it really has. It's been a saving grace. I've mentally been better and everything like this. And Rack of the Day just kind of put the icing on the cake because it created this community. And I've been thinking since the last show that I did or the last announcement I did, like, what do I really want 2022 to be? And I tweeted about Kelly's Christmas card that he sent me that 2021 was the year of friendships. Like, made a lot of friendships this year, right? And I truly believe that these are going to be lifelong, lasting friendships, inside and outside the hobby. Like, I truly believe that. And so I was like, all right, so friendships are great, but what do we want 2022 to look like? And it dawned on me like, all right, 2022 is about making relationships. Friendships and relationships are different. Friendships, I'm going to sit here, I'm going to BS with you guys all day. Relationships, you can do that too to a certain extent, but when I'm talking about relationships, like, I got high aspirations. I'm gonna tell you, like, you know, I wanna get connected with Panini and Tops and Fanatics and Steel City here locally with me and some other just shops. Jimmy's Kentucky Roadshow, which, man, he is somebody that's awesome. Um, like, I want to build relationships and partnerships with those folks that we can kind of expand the reach, not necessarily just give stuff away, but expand the reach to this. So that's going to be one of my goals, is to create these partnerships and whatnot in 2022. But what I will continue saying this. I can't believe that this thing has been going on for the entire year. I can't believe that I made it out of January, for one, but you all pushed me and you kept pushing me and you kept making this thing better. And so the 1 year anniversary is coming up at the end of the year, 365 days. You'll see tweets starting today through Christmas Day that are scheduled and pre-planned. So the Christmas racks today through Christmas, they're already pre-planned. Those folks have actually already received, I think, received their racks in the mail. Um, and the tweets are going to be going out starting today, obviously scheduled, just because fits better with my family schedule. My wife is last day of schools today, so we go on break tomorrow. Um, but it's not going to stop things. So after Christmas, here's what's going to happen. On December 26th, we will resume the normal rack of the day as it's been, continue putting the word out to find out who that person is. Um, and then just doing the regular racks, not the elaborate Christmas racks that we've been doing for the month of December. On December 26th at 12 o'clock noon Eastern time, there's going to be another tweet that's going to go out about rack of the year. So, um, excuse me. Okay, about rack of the year, and what this is just a big celebration, really, to recognize somebody. Well, look who joined us at. Okay, well, you're in Arizona. Did you move the clocks back? I don't understand how Arizona moves the clock. So is it 6 o'clock out there or 7 o'clock, Ebriz? I'm not quite sure. Explain that to me. Um, But anyway, here's what's going to happen. So on the 26th at 12 noon, a tweet's going to go out. And what I'm looking for is people to nominate folks. So, for example, Kelly puts a tweet or says, I think it's 7. We don't ever turn the clocks. I wish nobody turned the clocks. So on the 26th, Kelly might put a tweet out that says, I think that uh, Kevin deserves to be the rack of the year, and here's why. Give the reason. Okay. I'll go in and like it and acknowledge that the tweet has been put under it. And it's going to be under that thread. From that point forward, Kevin should not be nominated again by name. If somebody wants to move Kevin forward for rack of the year, then all they need to do is like Kelly's tweet. So I hope that makes sense. I really do. I hope that makes sense. So I'm putting something out that says, all right, guys, start nominating people for rack of the year. Boom, go. Tweets come rolling in. People start liking the tweets. This is going to go on through December 30th and will stop at 12 noon Eastern time on December 30th. Okay. So the 26th through the 30th, 12 noon to 12 noon, get as many people nominated for rack of the year as possible. And why? And I hope that people will make it a genuine thing. Okay. Because I will reiterate, this thing is not a giveaway. It is not one of these things like, hey, get the most tweets and you're going to win a prize. It's not that at all. Okay. And I think everybody here understands that. And I think everybody that's participated understands that. Like, this is generosity through the hobby and people recognizing people for what they've done in or out of the hobby. Zach, what's up, buddy? Um, Kevin, thanks. Glad it makes sense. I'm trying to make it easier on me, but also engaging for everybody else. Okay. So when that tweet goes out on the 26th isn't the only day that you can do this. Do it all the way through the 30th. Like, and lobby for people too. Like, I want this to be engaging. So if Kelly's all for Kevin getting this, like, I fully expect Kelly to be out there retweeting it and getting people to get in there and liking it and having that happen. Okay. So after 12 o'clock noon on the 30th, what I will do is I'll go through the entire thread and I'll see who had the most likes and I'll come up with a top 4. All right. On that same day, on the 30th, probably around 8 p.m. Eastern time, there will be another tweet that'll go out and it'll be a poll and it'll have our top 4 individuals listed there. And at that point, for the next 24 hours through the 31st at 8 p.m. Eastern, there will be just a poll voting to do it. And again, if your person made that top 4, lobby for them, get them out there. Okay. The biggest thing I want to stress with this is I want this to be genuine. Okay. And I need help with that. All right. I need my friends to just kind of monitor like what people are saying. And you'll know when you see it, like if it's not genuine. I'm not going to give an example. There's been plenty of them. But to reiterate, it's not a giveaway. This is truly a way to recognize people for what they've done in and out of the hobby. So I'm excited about it. I have actually everything right down here under my table of what's going to be included in the rack of the year. I'm pretty excited about it, and I can't wait to see who wins. Well, to see who's recognized, I should say. It's this stuff, man. I tell you what, it just brings so much joy to my life. You all have brought so much joy to my life, and I'm so thrilled and so thankful that I can do this. I mean, my collection, look, like everything that's over here, okay, over here, that's my collection. Okay. That's it. I don't have an extensive amount of cards and whatnot. I don't keep stuff. Bradley, right? I mean, more giving group of people than this hobby. And I really hope that it was like that before the pandemic. It seems like it was. Um, this year's been insane. Rowdy man, it's been a crazy, crazy year, right? Crazy year. I think I have I sent yours out yet? No. Yeah, I did. I sent yours out the other day. Um, Crazy year. But yeah, like I don't have this huge collection. I actually don't like keeping stuff that I don't need. So, I and I'm always afraid to put a word out to say like, "Hey, who needs cards?" Because I don't want to get inundated. Plus, I sometimes don't have the time. But everything back there is my collection. You see the helmets. Um, Good, good. Zach, I like hearing that. Pre-pandemic, it was a rack fest. Good. I love hearing that. So I'm glad that it's continued. But the helmets are mine. They're never going anywhere. Those cards that you kind of see right there are mine. And the top drawers are like my PC drawers. And then below that are just cards. And then everything in front of me here that you can't see are actually rack of the day stuff. Plus all that stuff too. I go in there and utilize that too. Can't get rid of anything. I know it's tough sometimes. Hobby's done absolutely insane things the last year, and that's just the stuff I've been involved in. Just starting to really get into Twitter game. Rowdy man, stay involved in that Twitter game. I'm telling you, you are going to meet some fantastic people. You are going to get involved with um, a lot of just cool things. Okay. Um, I'll put a shameless plug in here just because I'm currently working on it, but Ripping for the Cure is coming back. We have some folks already confirmed. Um, Gonna tweak it a little bit, but it is coming back. Um, I'm going to nominate someone today, someone who's done some behind the scenes stuff. Zach, so I think maybe you missed what I said earlier. Actually, today through Christmas, the Christmas racks have already been pre selected. I wanted to get everything out before Christmas because after today, I can't get to the post office, unfortunately. Um, and my wife's on break at that point, so it's just kind of family time. So I got everything already scheduled. Um, but but Zach, uh, things regular racks will resume on the 26th. So keep that person in mind. Okay, obviously this is going on daily, so don't stop. Kevin, my wife wants me to purge so we have less when we move. So here, oh God, I can't believe I'm going to actually say this and admit to this. So I was a young collector. Like my parents started me collecting cards when I was, whew, I don't know, 6 or 7 years old. I mean, I'd go to the grocery store with my dad and get, packs of cards. 88. I distinctly remember 1988. Thanks, Zach. I'll look at it. 1988 tops. I came home from school one day and there was a box of cards, like a hobby box of packs sitting there with a baseball carrying case. And if you were a kid of the 80s or in the 80s, probably remember this thing. And it had stickers of all the teams and I could sort them. And I spent all day doing it. I absolutely loved it. And my parents every year for Christmas uh, got me the top set, starting with 1982, which is the year I was born, and they continued this all the way to 2000. And I've started doing it with my son now too. Um, but I had all these cards. I'd go to card shows like every weekend. I collected, all the big name players at the time: Frank Thomas, Jeff Bagwell, Kenny Lofton's my PC. Like I love Kenny Lofton, so I was collecting him. Basketball, football. I mean everything. And at one point, the house that my dad and I lived in, I was probably in my 20s. I just had a full room of cards, like not even lying, a full room of cards, shelves upon shelves upon shelves, Rubbermaid bins full of cards. And I moved 45 minutes down the road and I was like, "Oh my god, this is horrible. I got to move all this stuff with me." And I was kind of out of it at the time. Like I didn't really touch them, and everything like that, but I knew that I wanted to keep them. So I moved down the road like 45 minutes and moved them all with me. And then a year later, I moved from Ohio to Virginia. And I remember struggling to move all those cards 45 minutes. Now I'm moving them 10 hours and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So there was a local college and a kid was doing an art project and just needed baseball cards. So I gave it to him. Um, I gave him all my cards, not all of them, like all the base cards. I kept the sets and whatnot, and very minimal. Took that to Virginia with me, and then while I was in Virginia, I got into a little bit of a financial crunch. And I was like, "Well, I got these cards in front of me. Let me sell them." So I sold my entire collection, like everything. So what I have now is all new, not within the last couple of years, but majority the last couple of years. And I sit there and I'm like, I can't believe I sold everything. But it was really good because I don't think I would have appreciated what we have now if I would have kept all that stuff. So I'm glad that I did it. I'm glad that, I've met all these people. Um, Zach, you started your 3-year old. You started at 3. Took me to a guy in our town and let me go through boxes for Merino cards. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, that's cool. Like, what's funny is, everyone talks about their LCS. I never really went to an LCS. Um, we had them, but I never went to them. I would go to actually a convenience store. I think Card Purchaser put a tweet out the other day, like, "Where did you go?" Went to a convenience store because they had hobby boxes, they had singles, they had packs, and they had the best subs ever. So it was like a win-win for everybody. And then I go to my local drugstore, Baltzley's drugstores, and buy packs too that were there. Um, yeah, Bradley, I'm doing great now, man. Thank you, thank you. Hope you're well. Rowdy, what? OSU helmet. Oh, so yeah, so I have on the far end. I don't know which way you all are seeing. I have Chris Spielman, love that dude. He went to my high school. Um, I've met him. I actually had a chance to interview Chris Spielman when I was in college. Just an all around great dude. So I got a lot of his stuff. I have Archie Griffin, Eddie George, and Troy Smith up there. So I'm missing all the old guys: Vic Janowitz, Hopalong Cassidy, and who's the last one? I can't remember who he is right now. But yeah, so I'm missing the old guys at this point, and it really wasn't anything that I was going to start. I bought the Archie Griffin one, and then Troy Smith was racked to me by Rory Melville. She's one of the band members of Rip'n Gypsy, and Eddie George, I bought off Jules McLean, who's also with Rip'n Gypsy and so many others. So just an all around great group of people. And I love my Buckeyes. So, no matter what's going on, um, me either just whenever my grandparents would take me to Paxton stores. What's funny is my dad was a big collector as a kid. All right. So I think probably all of our parents were collectors at one time, right? And I remember my dad telling me, like, "Oh, I had a Mickey Mantle rookie and a Willie Mays rookie, and we used to put them in our bike stokes." And I'm like, "Oh," even at that time, I was like, "Oh my God, like what were you thinking?" And he told me that his mother, my grandmother, um, burned all of his cards when he left. Like she had no need for them, so she burned them all. But he had a shoebox full of them, and Um, I don't have this card anymore, and I really regret not having it, but it was Jim Brown's second year card, and I sold it with everything I had, and it was one of those things that to this day I'm like, man, I really wish I had that card back, but it is what it is. Um, Briz, I am a Massillon guy, Massillon through and through. Born and raised, went to Massillon High School. I'm a Tiger. And if you could see, like, I have stuff here on the walls, and I have other things there. I could talk about Massillon all day. You guys don't want to hear about it, but it's a really great town. It's where I learned about community and whatnot. But yeah, Chris Spielman's from Massillon too, so it is. Zach, you're right. Rip'n Gypsy band members are absolutely amazing. Um, Rip and Gypsy, they were my first breakers. Well, Eloy was really my first breaker, but Smash was in his room, and Smash mentioned they were from Ohio, so I hopped on over there and um, uh, went in their room, and actually that's where I learned about racking because I was just thinking about this the other day. At that time when I hopped in, um, there was I didn't know what they were, but they were Minuteman hot packs or hit packs, and people were racking them to people. And I'm like, what are these people doing? Like, what? Like, is it? I didn't get it. I didn't understand it quite at the time, but thankfully I could ask questions. Um, and then my wife and I we were talking the other day, and she asked me, she's like, "Do you remember your first break that you were in?" I'm like, "I absolutely remember the first break that I was in," and I re- again I was so new that I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to speak up. It was a baseball bat break, a random division, and I can't remember what division I had, but it wasn't the AL Central because the Indians would have been in that. And a Carlos Santana game used autograph bat was pulled. And normally, I mean, now I trade for the Indians or the Central, and but at that time, like I said, it was new, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they pulled it, and I couldn't believe it. So I was like, well, let me get into another bat break because now that I understand how this works, I'm gonna do this. So got to do another one, and I either had the AL East or the NL East. I don't know which one it was, but a dual signed bat was then pulled from the '93 World Series of Joe Carter and Mitch Williams, and I lost the random on that one. But here's how great. I mean, and I think we all know this about whoever we break with or whatnot. But Smash at that time, he didn't know me from Adam. Comes on and he's like, "Hey, we got this 101 Indians player card. We're gonna send it to you, and so here you go," which was really cool. So, the band members at Rip and Gypsy are awesome, and Rip and Gypsy in general, they're just fantastic. Love those people, and we'll always consider them friends. Mount Jewett. Zach, I don't think I've heard of Mount Jewett. Where is it in Ohio? Is it in Pennsylvania? I don't know. The first break I was in, I got a Jake Locker rookie patch from Inception. I was excited. Yeah, yeah. Let me. Sorry, I got to pull my headphones out. I'll show you how great RG is. 1 second. All right. Sorry, I'm not fancy and don't have the microphone where I can just like scream across the room. So Rip, like I said, Rip and Gypsy is fantastic. I love those folks. Kane, PA. Oh, I know where Kane's at. Okay. Um, but Rip and Gypsy are great. They sent me. I mean, I get stuff from them all the time because I break so much with them. Um, but in one of my packages, probably a year ago or more, there was a pack of cards, and it's like, oh, these are great, cool, and let me. I almost didn't even open them. I almost just put them in like with my stack because I knew they were going to be base cards, and I was like, I'll look at these later. And so I don't know. I decided to open them that night, and I almost missed what they actually sent me. And it's the best card that I own, and it'll never leave. But I don't know if you can see this or not, but it's a National Treasures booklet numbered to 49. You got Tris Speaker, Joe Sewell, and Satchel Paige. It's the coolest card that I own. And I had to go buy one of these fancy holders for it, just because I knew I wanted to display it, and I'm just so happy about it. Um, the ironic thing about it is Che at the time that same evening put a tweet out like, "Hey, if you could make your own card with 3 or 4 players on it, who would it be?" And I think my answer was like Satchel Paige, Bob Feller, and Kenny Lofton. And then this shows up. So it was one of the things that was just ironic. It's a really cool card. I don't show off my collection nearly enough. Maybe I need to. I don't know. I got baseballs right here. My father-in-law just built me another one of these. It's probably hard, but another baseball holder. So I got to stain it. Um, because I'm running out of room for those. That's another one of my PCs are Hall of Fame signed baseballs or um, Indians players for the most part. But it's cool. I really really love this hobby. You need to do a hecker. You need to hecker show off your collection. Yeah. I don't know. It's not massive. Like I was saying, my collection's not massive. I have a Chris Spielman starting lineup over there, which my little boy has been obsessed with lately. Um, so I just found an Eddie George starting lineup online. All he wants to do is play with them. I mean, he's not playing with that one because anything about starting lineups. That was the first class, and they were expensive, so it's not coming out of the package. But the Eddie George one I found on eBay for $6, and it's in the package. So show the booklet again. My wife wants to see it. Yeah, absolutely. Look at that thing. Can't see me. It's so big. That's just gorgeous. It's funny. Joe Sewell's been popping up a lot lately in uh in a lot of different breaks that I've seen. Like I have a another cool thing. I'm not going to get it. I have a signed check over there by Joe Sewell that I got in I think either a treasure chest or a shoebox break with Gypsy. I was in a shoebox break with the boys at BCB last night, and Joe Sewell 8x10 popped up, and everyone's like, "Oh, look, it's another Joe Sewell," and I'm like, "I'll take it." Like, hey, you don't want it, I will gladly take it. He's a Hall of Famer, Indian player. I mean, come on, why wouldn't I want it? But yeah, I don't know what else you guys want to talk about. I mean, it seems like we got a pretty steady crew in here right now. This is great. Any questions, comments? I was just thinking about that photo from yeah, right, Bradley. I was in the shoebox break. I hit the McCole Hardman helmet. Um, so if you know any Chiefs guys that are looking for that, let me know. Once I get it, it'll be available. Like I said, I don't like to sit on things too well, so I gladly will give that up. But yeah, what do you want to talk about? Anything? I mean, it's 9:30. Be honest, I'm actually supposed to be working right now, but I've kind of got all my work done for the week. So I'm gonna come hang out with you guys. But feel free to ask questions. I got a question for you guys. All right. I put a tweet out, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. One of my hardest things to do with this hobby is comping cards, right? Especially like the expensive cards. My $1 and $2 cards. Um, yeah, Zach, it'll be available if he wants it. I mean, if he truly wants it, shoot me a DM. I'm happy to make you a good deal on that. So not a problem. Um, but comping cards are so difficult. Like I said, the $1 and $2 cards, I'm like, whatever, they're easy to do. But I've been getting these because I've been getting in repacks. I'm getting these larger and more expensive cards, and it makes me nervous to comp them because I don't know how to do it properly. So, any advice? Like anybody here that does that kind of thing? Like Kelly, I know you sell quite a bit, and I don't know. Do you guys have advice? Like what should I be doing and looking for and doing it properly? Like, I mean, look, I have no problem giving stuff away, but eBay recently sold. I do that. That's the thing. Like, I do that, but am I supposed to like right now? I have a card that's only of five. Like, there's no recent comps. So, I mean, do I look for that player's other of five cards, other patch auto cards of it? Che, good morning. We've been talking a lot about you, Che. Um, what how do I do that? Like I just need advice because, like I said, I'll give it away, but at the same time, I mean, I paid to get in, so I want to make sure that I'm getting something back because the money that I make off selling cards, it I don't pay my bills with it. I have a job that does all that. My the money I make off cards goes back into either racks or goes into breaks or goes into buying PC items. And So, I always just want to make sure, check out the sold for app. What's the sold for app? Is it just, just an app on my phone? If none are available, set your own price. Yeah, but I'm so scared to set my own price. Like, it's always, to me, it's always easier to come down than go up, obviously, right? But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm probably making a bigger deal than I am of it, but and I'm not offended if somebody says, "Man, that card's priced way too high." I'll give you this. Okay, whatever. Like if you've seen my card sales, and people offer me deals, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to accept it. So yeah, I'm trying to be able to sell new things for months. So don't. Yeah, Kevin, I know, it's crazy. Wing it half the time. That's kind of what I do too. If it was an of five, check for other of five in their set on 130 point sales. Okay. Oh, I got a friend who used to break with, just agree to sell me a Mariota 101 for 70. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. That's really cool. Yeah, no, I appreciate all the advice, guys. I really do. Like I said, I'm not trying to make money off of this. It's my card budget. It's my slush fund, whatever you want to call it. It pays for those things back there and what's in front of me here and all the racks that we do. That's what that money is used for. It's not used to pay the electric bill or anything like that. So, you know, what else we got? What what gotta sell to buy? Exactly. It's the only way. Like it's so crazy. Like I get like my $1 and $2 cards. Um, I always look at them and I'm like, nobody wants this card, but I'm going to put it out there anyway. Sure enough, somebody wants it for whatever reason. It's funny when I'm going through, when I'm doing mail for people, and let's say, like, I don't know, what do I have on top here? Like, I have this Sheridan Apostol Bowman Sterling rookie card, right? He's a Ranger, you know, nothing fancy. It's not numbered. It's not colored. It's not nothing. No auto, no patch. And I'm like, nobody's gonna want that. Maybe a Rangers fan, but it's funny. There'll be somebody like Montana who buys it, and then they buy a football card of like a Jets player, and then something else. And I try to figure out like what's their PC? Like, why are they buying these cards? It's so fun to do. Um, and then I try to ask them. They're like, "Oh, I just, I like the Rangers, whatever it might be." But it's crazy to figure out how people become fans of their team. So let me ask you all that question. How did your PC start? Was it because you were a fan of the team? Was it because you liked the player? Like how did it start? And I'll tell you mine. Like I said, my main PC is Kenny Lofton. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not a collector that needs every Kenny Lofton card under the face of the sun. That's not me. I have his tops career set thanks to Che for motivating me to do that. And I'm after like his autographs and patch cards. I don't need his 93 Fleer card. Just it doesn't impress me. But I liked Kenny Lofton when he got traded from the Astros to the Indians, became my favorite player. And I mean he's a great player. Selfishly, do I think he should be in the Hall of Fame? Yes. Was he flashy like, Griffey or Bernie Williams, or other center fielders at the time? Not at all. But the man could play. He could run, and when you're compared to Ricky Henderson on the base paths, it's one of those things that's just electric. But he's one of my main PCs. Like I said, Chris Spielman's another one. Again, I don't need all of his cards. I have the ones that I want now. It's autos and patches and more memorabilia with him. I'm after signed jersey and helmet and 8x10 with that guy. Um, but like, and then Hall of Fame baseball is like I'm looking at him right here, and um, A lot of them I hit in breaks. Like I have Frank Thomas. I bought a Stan Musial ball. My newest one was Pete Rose. I just got a Pete Rose ball. So those Hall of Fame players, and then other ones. Another cool one, and then I'll get to you guys here. But this guy here, has anybody heard of Tommy Heinrich? Okay, I'm gonna give you a minute to kind of look at that. All right, but Tommy Heinrich played with the Yankees back in the 40s and 50s. Was nicknamed Old Reliable because of a game-winning hit. But he's from Massillon. He's from my hometown, and played Major League Ball. So that's kind of another side PC is collecting players from my hometown. I think it's just a really cool thing to do. So that's kind of what I'm into. Let's see, Zach, you'll take any and all Mariota cards. I know. I'm always on the lookout for you. Started with Dolphins and Marino. Then I went to Titans and collected all Titans, but now focused on Mariota. So Zach, what switched? Like, what made you switch from the Dolphins to the Titans? Because clearly the Titans, they've been around 20 plus years now or so. So what made that switch? Was it the retirement of Dan Marino? Kevin, Yankees because I'm a fan. Yeah, I mean, you live in Jersey, so that makes sense. Also, PC the New York Rangers because I'm a fan. Specific favorite players. Yeah, I mean, look, that's awesome. New York Rangers hockey. I was not a hockey fan growing up. I'm kind of a Penguins fan now just because I live here. Yeah, Kenny should be in. Thank you. Bradley, Houston Astros. Ugh. Was Springer, now Jordan. So you don't collect Springer anymore. Is it because he's with Toronto? And I don't blame you for that because I'm kind of the same way. I wanted to do a Francisco Lindor PC, and then obviously went to the Mets, and I'm like, well, no longer with the Indians, so I don't need to worry about that. Panthers, DJ Moore and Kuechly. Okay, so Kuechly, like, because he was a Panther and now he's retired, like, are you going to continue kind of collecting him? Born in the Houston area, moved to Charlotte for okay, that's awesome. Che, main PCs are Rod Carew and Eric Davis. Man, your Rod Carew collection is just fantastic. I need to go back and find that again because that's an awesome PC. And Eric Davis, dude, like Eric Davis exuded the word swag. Can we just all acknowledge that? I mean, that man was swag before I think swag was ever even recognized. He was just one of the coolest guys ever. Started collecting Crew simply because I loved his 86 Fleer when it came out. Seemed to get a lot of him. So I started, yeah. What's funny is you seem to get a lot of them. Who I've been getting a lot of lately is Jared Kalenic. I swear, like every pack I open, there's a Jared Kalenic card in it. And I have no use for him here in my world. Couldn't stand the Cowboys fans at the time. Houston just lost the team. Carolina gained it. Okay. All right, there you go. Marino retired. Yep. PC Davis because I loved him so much. He was a superstar of the favorite team. Che, I don't know if I ever told you this. So the first baseball game I ever went to was at Riverfront. It was the Reds and Pirates, and Buddy Bell hit a walk-off home run. It's the best memory that I have of a baseball game, and that was like, I don't know, 6 or 7 years old. So, yeah. Wish I had hometown guys. You probably do have hometown guys. You just really got to look at it. Playing the pros from my college. It was pretty much just Miles Austin. Where'd you go to school at, Kevin? I don't know where Miles Austin went. Evan White is a UK guy. Yeah, I'm always on the lookout for Evan White guys, Jay. I don't have any of him. Can't stand Panthers fans now. Hey, Alan, welcome. Green Bay because I met Favre at training camp in Atlanta his rookie year, and he was the nicest guy ever. Woo! I don't know how many people would say Favre's the nicest guy ever, but hey, at that time, that impression, that's huge. Still collecting Kuechly. Just got my first full-size helmet. Congratulations. He is a lifelong Panther. I mean, that's it, right? Like I said, I have the Kenny Lofton career set, and it pains me that I have a Yankees card of him. Like, it just, in a White Sox card, it pains me that he's in those uniforms. Can't stand my favorites in something other than my team gear. No, I get that. I'm the same way. Don't have a PC guy, actually. I just want cool cards. So, Kelly, I've always wondered that. Like, I see your tweets, and I'm like, it's added to my PC. And I'm like, what's your PC? Because, like, I try to look out for stuff for people, and You have a hard one for me to pin down. Nick Chubb, Bob Feller, Griffey, Browns, Indians. Priz, I didn't know you were a Griffey PC guy. Okay, that's helpful. Yeah, like so Ebers and I both. Bob Feller's another PC of mine. He's my next career set, and I have to be honest, like it's going to take a long time because his cards are expensive. And Marshall tags Ebers and I both in all the tweets, and I'm like, man, one of us is going to snag a card one day, but it'll happen. Horizontal action shots where the ball puck is in the frame. Oh, that's cool. So what's crazy is I had a guy buy a card off me last year. It was a catcher. I never heard of the guy. And it was a really cool action shot where the catcher was getting run over. And he told me, he's like, this is what I PC. I PC catchers' cards that are getting annihilated at the plate. I thought that was one of the coolest PCs I've ever heard of. So that's pretty cool, Kelly. Yeah, Brett, there you go. Bradley, hit up Zach. He's got some DJ Moore for you. Caldwell and Monmouth. Okay, yeah, that's right. Austin did go to Monmouth. Right. Kelly's got good taste. Yeah, Kelly does have good taste. I'm not going to deny that. It's funny, Kelly. Rowdy Cowboys, been a fan all my life. Don't really have a guy, but Simi Fihoko? How do you, who? I've never heard of him. I don't even know if I pronounced it right. Whereas Bob Feller, man, he uh he was just an all around good dude. So when I was 20, 19, 20, I don't know, I transferred from the University of Dayton to the University of Northern Colorado. And I drove across country. And I got to drive through Van Meter, Iowa. And I stopped at the Bob Feller Museum. And it's just a house, but it was so cool to say that I could be there. And I drove through Van Meter. Like it was really awesome. And mind you, this was at a time there were no iPhones, there were no phones that even took pictures. I don't even think I had a camera. I was so broke. But that was a cool experience, and have that memory forever. But all right, glad to know all your PCs. If you haven't already, I would encourage you go on my Twitter page. My pinned tweet is a PC tweet. I want to just know everybody's PC. It kind of helps me, as I'm going through stuff. Who's interested in what and why. So definitely answer that if you wouldn't mind. Uh, Always happy to provide some stuff for people. Um, what else we got, guys? Like I have all day. I really do. I have all day. Well, I don't have all day. My nephews are coming over at 11 o'clock. So listen to this, right? My wife's at work today. My son's at school today. It's the last day before Christmas break. So tomorrow, we're all in the house until January 3rd together, which is not a bad thing. I love my family. If you know me, you know that I love my family. And I'm so excited to spend these next 2 weeks with them. But if you also know me, I love my time to myself. And like I was really looking forward to today, just kind of like chilling out, watching some TV. I had a lot of admin work to do for work today, so it was going to be kind of an easy day. And then last night, my wife went to get her haircut, and she called me on the way there. And I pick up, and all of you that are married or have been married or in relationships, you will get this. She goes, "Hi, best husband ever." It didn't take anything more. And I said, "What do you need? What do you want?" Okay, because come on, how often does that happen? And she goes, "My brother needs help with the boys tomorrow, and you're the only one that's available. Do you have any calls?" And I couldn't lie. I said no. And I love my nephews, but she, she knows that they can drive me a little nuts at times. So they're coming over at 11 o'clock, and I have them for the rest of the day. What's really cool though is I actually was thinking like my one nephew's into soccer. I have a few soccer cards here, so maybe I'll try to get him into something. But they're probably just going to sit on YouTube all day because I mean I still have work to do, so we'll see. Yeah, I mean it's funny, right? Like the only thing you need for your PC right now is a Mariota full size autographed helmet. All right, so let's see. Let's go to eBay. Zach, how do you spell Marcus Mariota signed helmet? Now, you need a full size one, right? Yeah, man. Rowdy in. Who's in? Let's get Zach this helmet. Who's in? I'm in. Let's get Zach this helmet right now. I got Kevin. I got Rowdy. Seriously, let's do it right now. Let's do a live rack to Zach Johnson. I will buy this helmet right now. Who's in? Come on, guys. I got two people plus me. What is that? I mean, I don't even know what's math. Here, I'll drop my PayPal here. Just send me whatever. I don't care. Numbers are hard. I'm telling you. Like my brain's already on break, and I'm not taking vacation or anything. I'm just kind of like chilling, but my brain's already on break. Send me whatever, guys. I don't care. Just tell me when you sent something. It doesn't need to be anything. But Zach, we're getting you this Johnson, or this Mariota helmet. Sorry, Johnson. I don't know what I'm talking about. All right. So let's do this. Add to cart. Zach, it's happening. Just I mean, deal with it. Get excited. It's coming to your house. Not coming to my house. Do I have you in here? I've never done this before. This is exciting. Zach Johnson. Crap. Now I got to find your address. Let's see. If I could jump around. Zach, I heard what happened. How'd you fall yesterday? Huh? What was going on with that? I know I have your address, Zach. Where there it is. Oh crap. Hey, Zach. Oh, never mind. You just put it in chat. Okay. Thanks. Reading. And 19602. Sorry guys, like this is so cool. Like I can't pass this up. I woke up and went down my third floor steps, hit the wall, took a chunk out. Jeez. Zach, tell me, like, you didn't fall down all three flights of stairs, did you? Or just the one? That's crazy. All right, let's see here. Da, 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 da. Zach Johnson, 530, 14 and a half Street, Reading, PA, 19602. Just one flight. All right. Well, I'm glad it was just one flight and not two or three, because that would not be good. That would not be good at all. All right. Well, Mr. Johnson protecting my knee. I had surgery. Well, that's good. There you go, sir. Oh, can you see it? I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, it's yours. It's bought. It's headed your way. It says you should get it by December 30th. So there you go. Man, that was cool, guys. Thank you. That was so awesome. Appreciate you all for doing that. Um, I need no more money. Stop sending me money, people. Okay. Thank you all very much. That was awesome. That was that was so cool. Zach, I hope you took. I can send you who was involved if you'd like me to, Zach, offline. Um, oh, Briz. So we just did a live rack for Zach Johnson. We just got him a full size Marcus Mariota autograph helmet. So that's what you missed. I mean, nothing crazy, but you know, a live rack, guys. I've never done that before. That was really cool. And that's a great way to start the day. Holy crap. Holy crap. No, Briz, I'm good. No more money, please. The crew here, they did well. They took care of it. So we're all set. Um man, what a fantastic morning. Guys, thank you. That was awesome. That was so cool. I mean, it really was. I I can't even fathom uh where else this would happen. Um Please, Hector, just let you know for your act. Zach, you know what? Sorry, Zach. I did not respond to your message. I'll let you know. That I think that's a pretty cool thing. Obviously want to hear a little more about it, but for sure. I'm just over the moon. I I can't wait for you to get it. I can't wait for I just can't. Like, holy crap. This could be something new for 2022 rack of the day. Kelly and Kevin, what do you think? Che, I mean, you all are going to be a big part of it next year. I mean, how cool would it be if we did this live every month? Like, what if we did this live every single month? It just did one big rack. Like, let's invite spontaneous racks. I'm telling you, man. Like, what if we just walked in here in this room? I don't even know how we would do it. I guess we'd start talking about PCs and like, I mean, Zach. I mean, honestly, Zach did not ask for it. Like, he was just like, all I'm looking for, my to complete my PC, I need a autographed Mariota helmet. And oh man, that was so cool. God, that was awesome. I'm genuinely excited about this. Like, I can't get over it. I can't get over what just happened. I'm so thrilled. You all are too kind. You really are. There needs to be more people like this room in this Twitter hobby in the world. It's just so great to see. And I don't know. You guys got me. You guys got me right here. Really did. That was the coolest thing ever. So I think we need to do that every month. I think we do. So kind of start thinking how we can incorporate that. That was a lot of fun. That was a good time. But yeah, heart of the hobby, Che. Heart of the hobby. Speaking of heart of the hobby, do you can you send me a message and let me know what you're thinking because I'm intrigued, man. I'm if you got your wheels spinning, you got my wheels spinning. So I'm excited. Kelly, man, it's not me. It's not me. Like I this stuff was just going on already, and now it's one of those things that you know all I did was say, "Hey, come hang out today." Feeling the full effect of Twitter hobby with this fundraiser. Yeah, and listen, Rowdy, this is I got to quit calling you Rowdy. I'm so sorry. I know your name. I just need to find it again. Um, but listen, like this is what happens, right? Nick, thank you. Like this is what happens when people come together. This is and this is a small group. I mean, look, Che and Tom did mental health awareness last year. And Che, correct me if I'm wrong, but you all eclipsed $5,000 at least, right? Um, Chris at Gold Line Cards, he eclipsed $5,000 for Special Olympics. Scott Berger for National Brain Tumor Society, they eclipsed, I think, $10,000. And then Ripping for the Cure for the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation, we eclipsed $40,000 last year or this year. And I mean, it's just a cool thing to see people coming together. So 3,500. All right, thanks, Che. I mean, still 3,500. Um, that's what it is. All right, Rowdy. I'll continue calling you Rowdy if that's what you want. Um, if you didn't start what you started last year, none of us would be in this live. I mean, I get that. I do. I understand that, but you know, it's interesting because the rack of the day. I've said this 100 times. Rack of the day started truly as I just want to give stuff away, but it quickly turned into recognition and the good of the hobby, and I mean everything else that we see out there. So I'm glad that it did. I mean, because that's where my heart is. I'm a fundraiser by nature and by career, and you know I I'm constantly calling on people to ask for help, and and it's my job and I love it. Like I would not change it for the world. But this side project of Rack of the Day is just so cool. Like I wake up excited every day. Um, Kevin, that's amazing, Che. We got to chat. I need some tips for my Special Olympics push. Uh, Kevin, um, Special Olympics. Definitely reach out to Goldline. I think you two could connect on that. And I'm happy to chat with you as well about fundraising. I mean, Che's an amazing person too. I think there's a lot of good resources that you have that we can do a lot of good fundraising for you. So definitely reach out to those guys. We're all glad you started the movement. 2022 is going to be awesome. Roddy, so when you're doing fundraising, like what do you have right now? Don't you have something out there about for fundraising? Sorry, there's so much. But what are you doing fundraising wise? Um, oh, that's right. It's your friend's family. That's right. The house fire. So what you did is exactly right. You set it up and you got the word out. And I'll just tell everybody here, if you got fundraisers, feel free to tag me. I mean, honestly, I don't know if I can give, but I can definitely get people involved or provide some type of resources. So definitely tag me. Um, Dang, 3 Special Olympic fundraisers. That's awesome. Kelly, Chris, and Kevin. Okay. Set a lofty goal this year. I've never raised more than $350 in a year. So those are great ideas. Okay, so Kevin, I'm going to give you a very simple 350 simple way to get to $350. All right. And I don't know if that's 350 through the hobby or 350 just like friends and family. You give $35 and then find 9 other people. Like, you have friends, you have family, coworkers, ask them for $35 and you've hit your goal, okay? And then go beyond that, and then I think we can really, start talking about, some different things or, whatnot, but 350 is definitely doable, man. 12th year of the plunge, yeah. I did Special Olympics, or I did the polar plunge once in the Atlantic Ocean down at Virginia Beach. Holy for holies. Whoo, that was um, some cold water, so good on you guys. I've never been in a Raz. They always intrigue me. I've never been in one. I'll ask later. It's not really important. So, all right. A lot of good stuff, man. I'm still just on a high with what just happened for Zach. That's cool. That that's so cool. Jersey Shore, man. Um, all right. You guys got anything else? I mean, we've been going for an hour strong. This is great. This is so cool. If you have a gambling problem, don't get into Raz's. Ooh, okay. All right, Che, man. Have a good day. Looking forward to connecting with you soon. Break on. So, Rowdy, it's funny. Like, I have no, I mean, I have interest in Raz's just because I'm looking at him like, it's kind of cool. Like, I can't, breaks are what get me. Um, and yeah, breaks are what get me. So, all right, guys. Well, listen, I'm going to go ahead and call it a morning. Um, Merry Christmas, Che. I hope you and your boys and everybody have a fantastic holiday. Um, but I'm going to call it a morning here. This was a fantastic conversation with everybody. Be on the lookout. Like I said, so one final mention. Rack of the Day Christmas racks are pre-planned now through Christmas. On the 26th, we'll resume our regular Rack of the Days, and the Rack of the Year tweet will go out. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, just have a very Merry Christmas, everybody, and be safe, be smart, enjoy your time with your families, and I look forward to connecting with you all again soon. Zach, congratulations, that was awesome. Thanks for giving all of us that experience today. So I will connect with you all soon. All right, bye, everybody.